Dun, 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 dun.
I have to say, in the long run of films I've looked at, produced, or distributed from Mar Vista Entertainment, yes, this is another one of theirs. This is one of the more original ones, and I quite like it. It does fit into the plot, but it just has a nice ring to it, like Love at Sky Gardens. It sounds very interesting. And you sit there and you first think, what does that mean? Of course, you have the emotion of love coming in, so you can essentially infer there's a romance at the center. But Sky Gardens, you might be thinking, like, what is it? What is that? Well, this actually sounds pretty delightful. I've looked over the synopsis. It sounds very sweet. Now, I'm sure maybe some of you are like, as I start this video with Mar Vista Entertainment, who might that be? For some of you, it might be a first name. From my understanding, they're mainly a TV distribution company. They make a lot of like TV films, notably in the thriller space. But then a couple other things like holiday releases, some family movies, rom-coms. This happens to be one of them. Again, it seems to be banking more into the romance side with a lighthearted comedic edge. But it sounds very sweet. I've liked some of what I've seen from them. In fact, I've watched some of their films. They're surprising for TV movies, and I understand not all of them go this way. Well, actually, it's a mix. I'm trying to think of some of the ones I've seen. Like, I really liked Fallen Queen. That's another one of theirs, one of their thrillers. But then you think of another film like The Neighborhood Nightmare. That's kind of like, well, some parts are well done, but then the plot is like, that film is actually quite funny. I mean, I didn't like everything about it, like, as it, went through, but it's not a perfect release. We'll just say that. By the time you get to the end of the film, it's funny. Anyway, maybe it wasn't trying to be, but some of their films have looked very good. I also know them, though, infamously as a studio that continues to market their movies very poorly, as they spoil every trailer for the most part within they litter their trailers with spoilers for the film. So you take, in this case, a standard TV length, like 90 minutes. This is 84. Take an 84-minute movie, boil it down to about 2 hours and 30 minutes of footage, and basically lay out all the plot points for you. The plot twists. In this case, I'm sure it'll be probably lighter in this case, but then it is their thrillers. Their thrillers, this is really bad. It's like every time you go to sit down and watch this, I'm like, do I even need to watch the movie now? I know who the bad guy is. I know what they did. I know why. I know how the movie ends. It's like, these are questions you're supposed to answer in the confines of your runtime, not in the trailer. But this should be... They've been better about this within their other genres. Not completely. There's still maybe some illusion that way. But like a love movie in the TV format, you know how this is going to end up. Like every other major Lifetime or Hallmark release. Anyway, let's go ahead. But again, this sounds sweet. This is what it says according to the IMDb synopsis for Love at Sky Gardens. That's still such a beautiful title. Deirdre's life is split between her day job as a barista and her passion for designing rooftop gardens. When Deirdre accidentally spills coffee on a regular customer and event planner Marcus before a big meeting with his boss, it sets the wrong tone for him to discuss a job promotion. Deirdre offers to help Marcus get back on track by lending her rooftop garden design services for his boss' next big event, a wedding. His boss agrees to Deirdre's help, but also wants Jacob, Marcus's competition for the promotion, to co-plan the wedding. As they work around the clock together, Marcus and Deirdre notice something more about each other, and love takes root. Oh, what a cute pun. But a series of misunderstandings threaten to wilt their growing love. It will take a small miracle to bring them back together where love blossoms. Isn't that sweet? Maybe again, if you could ignore the overt flower puns. But I mean, I kind of like that idea, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen too many films centered around. I mean, it's obviously, I'm sure, a very grounded, relatable movie for many. Maybe baristas out there can relate to this. Maybe you met Mr. Right, as a barista, with some, misunderstandings along the way that might have made the journey, in retrospect, kind of funny, but at the time, very dramatic. But I like the layer here that she designs rooftop gardens. I've seen some, I don't know, I haven't done it yet, but I'm a very independent person, so for me, I like to do things, where it's sort of self-empowering in a way, but again, I'm fiercely independent. So the idea of, having a garden, I've always wanted to do that, and I haven't gotten the chance to yet, but eventually. But rooftop garden designing, that sounds interesting. I mean, I've seen a couple, I haven't seen too many rooftop, well, maybe in movies and stuff, but like not in real life. Again, imagine this is going to be maybe like in a major city, maybe got some skyscrapers and stuff, or where maybe it's like, multi-story houses. Man, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure where the market is for that. But again, I would think major cities. But I kind of like seeing, cute little flower layouts. In a way, it's an artistic expression. I'm a very artsy guy. So, this should be... On the one hand, it's a lovely romance film, or sounds like, but on the other hand, you're like, well, it could be very aesthetically pleasing. Let's go ahead and take a look at this main trailer. We're going to go ahead and watch this first, and I'll talk about it more in my condensed review segment. Following us watching the video together. Okay, let me get this rolling. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay. It's I didn't read it fully. The Happy Goat Coffee. Sounded kind of cute.
Excuse me.
I hope you are not in a rush.
I am.
Oh no. Poor guy.
Marcus, Deirdre from the
Please
cafe.
don't come near me with that.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Yesterday was the worst day of my life. I lost my shot at my dream job. I'm a loser.
You're not a loser.
The barista believes in me.
I do more than just make you coffee. I design rooftop gardens.
That's not a thing.
I marry modern concepts
You just haven't heard
with
of it
nature
before.
and bring people joy. What exactly are you doing with your life?
I just got off the phone with the board, and the pressure is on. We cannot lose Gwendolyn and Cameron to 5-star events like we did the Mellon wedding. We can't.
We were hoping for something more... something natural.
But modern.
Yes. Like a rooftop garden.
It was
Like,
crazy.
I know who to call.
Take everyone's breath away. You are fired.
Deirdre, I'm sorry.
You were a jerk.
Yes.
And you apologize to all baristas everywhere.
I can sense where maybe some of the conflict might
Apology
come
accepted.
in.
Great, because I got
Besides
your job.
this moment.
What?
But I mean later on. Oh, that looks great.
A rooftop garden.
That's beautiful. I love it. And the
Gwendolyn.
curtains. Oof.
Milton's wedding.
I've never done anything on that scale before.
This is the only one you've ever done?
Yes.
I'm
And
telling
hanging
you, we
flower
can't do
plants
it.
or plants are always a
No.
nice attraction.
This is a great opportunity for both of us. You in?
I'm in.
I
And
think
the
we could
seed
have a lot of
grew.
fun layering different plants around the perimeter.
See, I can do flower puns
This
too.
looks like a lot of work, and we don't have a lot of time.
I have to hand it to you. You know how to take something you're passionate about and make it happen. I finally feel like my career is
You know
moving,
what happens with
and
shots
I know how to
like
use
that.
the hammer now. That garden has changed my life.
I'm so
Beautiful.
grateful that we got to work on this project
Look at the
together.
colors.
And I got to know you.
And the dress, it coordinates so well.
Short of pure magic.
I couldn't have done any of this without you.
Well, maybe, the conflict was, I thought perhaps, in the scene where I guess he's talking to his boss, I thought maybe what that would mean is that, they cross paths again, and then love would start to form, but then she'd feel like, oh, I'm just an excuse for you to, fulfill a job requirement. You kind of like, where you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Not like in a drastic sense, but just sort of like, there's an underlying, a second agenda where you might feel that, oh, this person you were trying to go in terms of relationship, and this person obviously some sort of affection for me, but then you kind of feel cheated, being like, well, I'm sort of the ploy in which, like, I can, check the box, essentially. I just fulfilled this order. I just did this task or something. I can understand. That's kind of, again, the implication I got with that being like, well, maybe I could see where the conflict could come up from there. If that does pop up in the film, I mean, I think the trailer was nicely, jaded about it. Again, how many people... by comparison, I think with Mar Vista films, again, I'm just so used... When you've watched as many as I have in regard to their trailers, you get so used to sitting there going, I pretty much have seen the entire movie now, but I think it's different when it comes to, like, TV love films, especially, like, on the Lifetime and Hallmark Network. Like, we've all seen those types of films and the way that they end with, oh, the characters fall in love, and we all know they're going to share a nice, big kiss at the end, and then maybe get married, and yada, yada, yada. That's happily ever after, right? So do we consider, much of a spoiler, going on? So I think, this trailer, I'm some points you could say maybe went, maybe a bit for some of these tastes. I think it was fine. I think this is definitely one of their more tamer ones. It's worse than their thrillers, by far, if you're used to Mar Vista and their marketing department, which does not fix itself, strangely. But I have to say, these flower gardens are beautiful. Like, I love this one up here. And again, as I said, like a metropolitan area, multi-story house. It's like built right onto the rafter. That's beautiful. And again, the garden, too, is so color-coordinated well to the house. Why aren't there gardens like on that back building? Why isn't she taking care of that main office area back? Or no, I guess an apartment building. But there's like a whole empty space on the roof right there for some flower gardens. It's like barren compared to this one. This shot is so aesthetically pleasing. You got like the trees in the background. It's beautifully framed. But that flower garden is everything. I mean, the drapes, oh, it's beautiful. And the lights, and again, hanging flowers. That's always, and the flower boxes. I mean, I might want to, not that there's really anywhere near me. I don't think there's any industry where I live in terms of rooftop flower gardens, but maybe it is. I don't know. But it's beautiful. And things you can do for like weddings and different events. It's gorgeous. Oh, I like that purple lacy pattern. Love it. Or the ribbon. It's still very beautiful to watch. Hey, but the love story, is kind of fun too. It's a nice layer. And it looks like a good, TV film that, with Mar Vista's branding. What are your guys' thoughts with this new Mar Vista Entertainment movie? Feel free to let me know down below. Don't forget all the good stuff, like, subscribe, sharing that bell. Until we get to watch more from Mar Vista, because, of course we will. I mean, again, I'm like, this trend that they have, again, this is better, but this trend that they have of spoiling the movie trailers is not ending. So we just have to keep looking. It's like, will it ever change? I will see you guys at whatever point we get to look at our next Mar Vista film together. But until that point, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves, your fellow man. God bless, and peace.